The man returned from fishing and discovered something terrifying. He had never smoked before, yet there was a pile of cigarette ash inside the house. As a retired secret agent, he immediately became alert. He pulled out his gun and slowly approached the house. After searching the place, he found nothing. It wasn't until he saw the half-smoked cigar on the table that he realized someone had intentionally left a trace. When he saw the cigar brand, he already knew the answer. To draw out the person hiding, he deliberately took a shower and pretended to leave the house. He drove toward the town, and sure enough, a black car quietly followed him. After several detours, he finally stopped the car. To his surprise, it was one of his former colleagues. The only purpose of this visit was to ask Bond to come out of retirement. They needed him to carry out a top-secret mission. It all started with the destruction of a secret laboratory. A few days ago, a group of people stormed the core laboratory of MI6. They knocked out the guards, kidnapped the scientists, and used an insider to open the vault. They stole the genetic weapons inside and escaped via the elevator shaft. Before leaving, they blew up the entire lab. But the CIA quickly tracked down the whereabouts of the scientist. They then approached Bond, hoping he would retrieve the genetic weapons and bring back the defected scientist. However, Bond, now retired, didn't want to get involved. That is, until he heard the three words, Ghost Party. This name made it impossible for him to refuse. The Ghost Party was his lifelong enemy. Years ago, his wife was tragically killed by the Ghost Party. He personally captured the mastermind and sent him to prison in London. He thought everything was over, but fate had other plans. 5 years ago, Bond took his current girlfriend, Ely, to a small town in Cuba to visit his wife's grave. As he was staring at his wife's tombstone, he noticed that someone had placed a bouquet of flowers there. The thing is, only he knew the location of the grave. This made Bond immediately suspicious. He then found a postcard at the grave, which clearly had the Ghost Party's symbol on it. Before he could react, the cemetery exploded. Luckily, he was far enough away to only be knocked unconscious. He quickly regained consciousness and pursued the gravekeeper, only to find that they had already fled. When he reached the bridge, a car came speeding towards him. Bond quickly hid behind a rock to save his life. But another motorcycle came charging at him. He was cornered, yet remained calm. He jumped off the 300-meter high bridge and ziplined down. Thinking he had shaken off his pursuers, the motorcycle killer was right on his tail. Bond decisively tackled him off the bike and, after disarming him, gave him a good beating. Just as the killer was about to give in, he dropped a bombshell. Your girlfriend is one of the Ghost Party. This sent Bond into a state of panic. After taking care of the killer, he rushed to his girlfriend's place. He didn't believe Ely would betray him. He sped toward the hotel, desperate for answers. As soon as he burst into the hotel room, he immediately confronted Ely, but she looked completely confused. However, the seed of doubt had already taken root in Bond's mind.